Man United's amazing plans to sign 5 starters for £20 million. Erik ten Hag might think twice about taking the Manchester United job after discovering he has a £20 million transfer budget to sign 5 starters. High-priority Erik ten Hag will make Ruben Neves his N01 priority if he lands Man United job after holding transfer talks with Chiefs, Jordan Davies, The Sun exclusive, April 6. Man United draw up 3-man shortlist with Calvin Phillips their top transfer target for midfield overhaul, Martin Blackburn, The Sun exclusive, April 8. Can your N01 priority be different from your top transfer target? Particularly when they play in the same position? The done thing. The back page of the Daily Mirror yells about how Erik ten Hag could have just £20 million to rebuild the squad if Manchester United fail to make the Champions League. Matthew Dunn's piece, detailing UEFA's new financial sustainability regulations which were voted through yesterday, flies very much in the face of stories about ten Hag inheriting a transfer war chest at Old Trafford. The bloke has at least 2 N01 priorities, so will need more than £20 million. But also, it offers quite the juxtaposition with this Daily Mirror website story, how Man United could line up under Erik ten Hag after Paul Pogba and Cristiano Ronaldo exits. Absolute best of luck to Manchester United in their hopes of signing Noussair Mazraoui, Jurrien Timber, Calvin Phillips, Antony, and Darwin Núñez for £20 million. Shake and Beak, that Zai finds absolutely no room for the subject of another huge Sun exclusive on what is becoming a pretty stacked Manchester United midfield. Donny van de Beek, to be handed second Man United chance if Erik ten Hag is named new manager, writes Daniel Cutts in what is, remember, an item or story published or broadcast by only one source. Literally no one else has ever suggested Van de Beek could feature under ten Hag. No siree. This is exclusive. The two Dutchmen worked together for more than 3 years at Ajax and struck up a close relationship. Just been violently sick at the sight of that hyphen. Sunsport understands ten Hag still holds him in high regard and suits the style of football he wants to bring to Old Trafford. How strange that ten Hag still quite likes a player he won 3 trophies and reached a Champions League semi-final with. And thank God someone exclusively noticed that someone who made 110 appearances under a certain coach probably suits the style of football he wants to bring to Old Trafford. Diego, woe the Sun proudly proclaim that our columnists are the talk of sport, and Mark Irwin accepts the burden of proving why on Friday. He dedicates his article to pantomime villain Diego Simeone and his joyless, negative and downright soul-sapping team, whose unacceptable approach against Manchester City was an affront to the Champions League. To emphasize his point, Irwin draws comparison with the quarter-final that took place the following evening. Wednesday's game at Stamford Bridge was everything the Champions League is supposed to be about, a celebration of the world's finest players going toe-to-toe. And the losers were beaten 3-1 at home by a very good team. The previous evening at the Etihad, it was simply one team trying to engage with the paying audience and the other looking to suck the very life out of proceedings. And the losers were beaten 1-0 away by one of the 2 best teams in the world. Chelsea will definitely be happy that they played in a way that showed everything the Champions League is supposed to be about, rather than looking to suck the very life out of proceedings like Atletico. French fancy Lyon had more shots, 6-4, and the majority of possession, 62.8%, before Aaron Cresswell's red card for West Ham on Thursday, but the Sun go all in on the French dark arts and a smirking, remorseless Dembele, as if the forward should have shown any regret for being fouled in an important match. Jordan Davies continues to eulogize a plucky West Ham for their gumption and bravery, while claiming Lyon could not handle their hosts and were forced to play after going behind. They are admonished for using every time-wasting trick in the book and slowing the game down with injuries galore through their devilish tactics. English team, brave, plucky, and set for revenge. French team, remorseless, time-wasting masters of the dark arts who had to be forced to play and have 18 more shots than their opponents and almost 3/4 of the ball. On your Emery way on Emery aims subtle dig at Arsenal after his latest Champions League successes is another headline on the Daily Mirror website, and it is more than enough to pique interest. What could such a nice man, who has only ever really been complimentary on Arsenal, said about his former employers? Speaking on Thursday, the coach was asked about the biggest clubs in the world, and he reiterated that despite his experience at the Gunners and at PSG, those clubs were not on the same scale as the 2 giant clubs in Spain. Emery explained on Marca's radio station, "When I have traveled with Arsenal and PSG, it is difficult to find around the world 2 teams as much in the focus of football as Real Madrid and Barcelona. And there's your subtle dig. Emery reckons it is difficult to find two bigger teams in world football than Barcelona and Real Madrid. Translation: FK Arsenal. Treble-makers. In a continuation of Thursday's Media Watch, Ken Lawrence of The Sun calls Klopp the quadruple chasing German, but colleague Martin Blackburn makes no mention of the treble when it comes to Pep Guardiola on the opposite page. It's just a bit weird. Singing the Blues a distant third in the Premier League title race and outclassed by former Blues boss Carlo Ancelotti in Europe, there is a very real prospect of Chelsea now finishing the season empty-handed. Mark Irwin and Tom Barclay, The Sun. Way to brush over last season's FA Cup runners-up still being in this year's competition and facing the weakest remaining side in the semi-final.